I've been banking for 11 years and I never knew how the 30-year mortgage was invented until literally right now. I'm going to blow your mind in these next few minutes. The 30-year mortgage was a policy experiment. And to be honest, if they didn't come up with this, I don't know if the American dream of buying a house would even exist today. Before the Great Depression, before the 1930s, mortgages were set up on balloon payments. So it'd be like, hey, we'll give you a 30-year mortgage or a 20-year mortgage or a 10-year mortgage, but you got to pay this off in 5 years. Now, granted, houses were way less expensive, but it's crazy that they would expect the average American to pay off that entire mortgage within 5 years. But that came back and bit them right where the sun don't shine. Because what happened? Banks started collapsing and we started to enter the Great Depression. And this idea of owning property was completely wiped out. And those people who owned property, they were losing it left and right. So probably one of the only things the government has ever done that was a legit benefit to the American citizen was they stepped in and they go, hey, we got to solve this. We can't keep letting people lose their homes. We can't. Housing was the underlying foundation of the U.S. economy. So they created agencies like FHFA, and they created a 30-year, fully amortized, fixed rate mortgage. This was groundbreaking. This was like discovering that Coca-Cola invented Christmas. It completely changed American culture and American economy forever. The 30-year mortgage was stable, it's predictable, it's boring, it's a great investment for the homeowner, but it's also a great hedge for the banks. They get to make money on money borrowed, and they can secure a profit on something safe and stable. But like when it started, it wasn't supposed to stay. It was like, hey, let's start this and see what happens. But it became such a lucrative investment, and the banks were like, yo, we love this, let's keep this. So let's fast forward to post-World War II era. Hitler escapes to Argentina. The 30-year mortgage is holding strong. The suburbs had become a thing because builders were building houses like crazy because they could sell those homes because people can afford them with this new lending product. And so what comes next? The VA loan. Veterans came back with the ability to get a 30-year mortgage and buy that newly developed suburban home, move their families into a gated community with zero down. The American dream, having a wife at home, taking care of 2 kids, a white picket fence, beautiful roof, dual pane windows, all that became a reality, all because that 30-year mortgage. And what's crazy is, like, for as much as other these countries want to copy us because we're the greatest country on earth, the 30-year mortgage, which is what everybody should have, is not even a thing. Like, most countries still have 5, 10, 15, 20-year terms with balloon payments attached, with variable mortgages. The 30-year mortgage was engineered as a solution to a crisis, and now it's just a tradition. But yet here we are in 2025, and it almost seems like that 30-year mortgage has become the reason why we can't afford the American dream. And it's no longer the reason why we get to buy a house and have a white picket fence, but instead the 30-year mortgage is the barrier. So I don't know if it still makes sense because house prices are so much higher. And while rates are lower, the house prices way exceed the delta in rates between then and now. So if they want to keep this tradition alive, they got to keep the same concept. Maybe it's time for a 40-year or a 50-year mortgage to expand on the amortization, keep the lucrative stability to the investors and the banks, but lower the monthly payment for the American buyer, and just give back that ability to families to where they can buy a house with a single income, have that white picket fence, and have the person who's out there making money come home to a home-cooked meal. But for all that to happen, we got to break tradition and we need policy change. And change is scary, but sometimes it's necessary. So the next time your loan officer that does 2 transactions a year tells you, that's just how mortgages work, make sure you respond to them with not say, nah, no 30-year mortgage was invented. There's got to be a better way. And if something this big can just be created to help bail out a fractured economy, It might be time to reach into those creative thinking buckets and come up with a new financial product that could bring back stability to the U.S. housing economy and once again bring back the American dream of homeownership. If you think this was an interesting topic, make sure you let me know in the comments. And for future content, please like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I know that's not a lot for all you TikTok stars, but for us, it would mean the world. Thanks for watching. And if you want to see another video like this, click right here. And if you want to see the full clip,